Okay, welcome back. Last time we reached the end of the Monad Mandala. However, I do want to finish off, finishing the map for the place. So before we start today's episode properly, I'm gonna quickly go and do a couple of things, which actually requires me to go back in. So first things first, I'm just gonna throw on the golden honey so I can basically just keep encounters away, because this could take a little bit of doing. Okay, so now I'm gonna quickly switch out one of my personas. I'll quickly switch out Izanami because I likely won't need it right now. Okay, 10 out of 10, I did have an empty spot there. So now, in between episodes, I did... Why can I not... fit? Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay. 10 out of 10. Good job, me. Uh, it was perhaps foolish of me to think, oh, we'd go directly into the thing and not into the stock, but no. Anyway, so we can now fuse Fairy Done. Also, I'm certain that I've probably pronounced this wrong, like, every time I've ever mentioned it. But anyway, we have it now. In between episodes, I went and got a whole bunch more star cards. And we will need this, so let's quickly add it to the party. We won't need Izanami just right now, and I want to equip it onto Lala, I suppose. And now, we just need to make our way back to that one final locked door. Well, I say locked door. No, that's instinct. I need to go to the door of conviction. That should be over here. No, that's emotion. That's knowledge. Yes, conviction. 10 out of 10. Found it. So we need to make our way all the way up to here, which hopefully won't take that long. And if it does, well, fortunately for me, I do have the magic of either editing if I really need to, or more likely, the magic of being able to just go, actually, he has a golden honey. I'm just going to ignore every encounter. Because I'm gonna have to run there, run back, and this isn't the focus of today's episode, because we have more stuff to do. Because while I could go and fight Nyarlathotep and just end the game, no, it is still further up and around. So while I could go and just fight Nyarlathotep now and probably just roll credits, I don't want to do that just yet. Because I think I was quite thorough in Innocent Sin, so I want to do the same for Eternal Punishment. Okay, so, now we encounter this thing, which, under normal circumstances, is completely invincible. You are the root of all sin, pain, and trouble, Dahaka. I did not expect to see you here. Long time no see, Fairy Done. What's wrong? You look pale. You look as though you've seen a ghost. Did you think you'd really killed me? I shall finish you, it says. No fun without a fight. For that, I've been waiting for years, living in disgrace. And now they're given the berserk status, so they're basically just gonna do their own thing, and everyone else can just kind of fight normally. And basically, the inconvenience of this is, well, if you come here without Fairy Done, you straight up cannot hit this thing. It will just not respond to damage. It will basically just face tank any and everything, and you can't really do anything about it, which obviously isn't ideal. However, now that we've brought Fairy Done, I guess there's some mythology reason to make it not invincible anymore. However, Nana getting 2 ranks there is very nice. And now we can just go on through this door. The map of the Monad Mandala is now complete, and we find a Legend Bright. A Legend Bright is one of the items you need to make the legendary weapons. I haven't completely forgotten about those, but honestly, I don't think I need them, is the thing. I maybe make 1 or 2 of them, but I don't think I have access to the stuff to get all of them. Like, I don't know if I have enough resources to get them all, because I definitely do not have enough Akashic rings, because I think... What does this door lead? Actually, this might be even faster, because if this is the rest area... That was not the rest area. You know, yeah, sure, let's keep going backwards through this one, because I know I should have the rest area door open here as well. So we should be able to find our way out of the world of emotion quite quickly, hopefully. Boom, rest area, made it. And, you know what, let's quickly switch to Bal and just heal, I guess. It's suboptimal, but whatever, it's fine. Oh, and now we also have all of these. Nana now has access to all of these. It is almost at maximum potential now. I say almost at maximum potential because it hasn't quite unlocked Mediarahan yet. But we're getting there. Actually, hang on, I need to go back to the Velvet Room. Okay, the Golden Honey wore out, so I might get into 1 or 2 fights on my way out. Probably should have just left, but hey, here we are. And now we'll switch Ferrydon out, bring Izanami back in. You know what, I'm going to get rid of a couple of my old personas that I'm just not going to use anymore. So, Shax, sorry buddy, I never maxed you out, but you gotta go. Pyrojack, thank you for your service. I'll take a Maragion card. I won't need it, but once again, thank you for your service. You were extremely, extremely helpful. Okay, now, let's quickly head back on out. So we... Oh, that's the controller disconnecting again. And I took 1 step to the side and got into another fight. It's almost a parody. I need another fire persona. Wait, do I? I have Maragidine, I have Agidine, and I have... Oh, I need Earth. Right? How do I do Meltdown again? Meltdown. Fire, Earth, Maragidine. What did I have that had... Yeah, sure, Prometheus, Eula, and Magnadine, I think. There we go. 10 out of 10, that'll just kill them all in one. 10 out of 10, it just works. Honestly, I'm so glad that, whatchamacallit, Baufu actually got Magnadine for Prometheus as through a mutation. That was maybe the most practical and helpful one I could have possibly gotten. Anyway, now we go back out to the Elia Shrine, and for the last time we can go and talk to the guy who was super interested in maps. Because, well, we've now finished off the map of the Monad Mandala, so let's see what he has to say. And then we can start the giant hassle that is the air raid shelter. Okay, so, give him the map because it's done. Let's see here. We get the Salam Select card set final. What? Okay, yeah, there isn't anywhere else to go, so this is the last one. Let's see what we just got. I don't think we got any... No, we got a couple of Fool cards. Fool cards are super rare and annoying to get in this game. Then we got... I think we got a Gale card. We definitely got an Annihilation card. That's actually really nice. And... Okay, we also got a whole bunch of Incense cards. 10 out of 10, that's actually quite helpful. Anyway, now let's quickly head on into Kasugiyama High School and start dealing with the air raid shelter. Now, the air raid shelter, this one will probably end up being 2 episodes. This will probably end up being 2 episodes because it will largely end up like the Abandoned Factory, I think. The Abandoned Factory in Innocent Sin. Because I think you need to go and find various other things as well. But I think you need to also go and find like rumors and stuff in order to get into a couple of certain areas. Okay, so what does this say? Sachiko's letter, August 5th. Yeah, Dad. Right now, Sachiko is in the air raid shelter with Mom. They're saying that more bomb-dropping planes are coming. So, basically, the story of the air raid shelter will be told through these letters from a little girl called Sachiko. And basically, it's just like, hey, I'm in the air raid shelter here while, World War II was happening outside. Okay. Fortunately, I have the golden honey, so I can keep all the enemies in this area away. However, I don't have a map, so, I am kind of fumbling in the dark here. Well, that's helpful. Okay, so I also don't really want to step on these tiles if I can avoid it. And I think that's all for Area 1. If nothing else, we found a door into Area 2. So, eventually we'll find a whole bunch of letters from Sachiko. I imagine we'll find more as we get further in. And knowing, how World War II was, chances are I'll be just like, oh, this is getting increasingly upsetting and harrowing. Because, that's how World War II was. Notice, we've posted the doctor's consultation hours. Please look at the paper posted on the south wall near the entrance. Buddy, I have no idea where that is. Anyway, is this where I came in from? Is it? No, that's the door to Area 3. But I think there'll be another letter from Sachiko in here that I need to find. So, let's keep looking. Also, yes, this is going to be a very quiet episode in terms of fights. Because realistically, I don't see much point in fighting the enemies in here. Because the enemies in this area will be probably like level 20. Like, they will be level 20 if I'm lucky. Okay, this is where I came in. I think. Yes, this is where I came in from. I think as I go through, I will be able to kind of negotiate with demons. And they'll negotiate to get them to, like, move and break the rocks. So I can, kind of move around the place a bit easier. Oh, there's another door down here. So where does this one lead? Of course, I take one step without the golden honey and get into a fight. But you know what? Sure, let's just do a regular attack series. Bang. Wow, one of them survived a couple of hits. Credit to them. But yeah, those were the enemies that we were fighting in gold. And we went to gold in like episode 6 or 7. So yeah, pretty low level enemies. So where will this lead to? This leads outside, but there's a boulder. And this is the, like, center main area. Which, funnily enough, I don't have a map for. Have I been everywhere in this area? I couldn't have been. Okay, this is gonna annoy me to no end, I think. But I guess I'll just keep moving forward for now and just... No, I'm gonna double check this area one more time. I know this is probably really boring, but I don't want to miss anything. I say that, but I'm also fully aware that I'm probably just running around in circles and have missed the same thing like 4 times. I need to be aware of that, because I know that it is painfully on brand. However, the map of this area doesn't really help with this, mostly just because, well, it gives you the oh, well, there we go. Sachiko's letter, August 8th. It's so dark and cold, I hate it here. There's loud noises, the ground shakes, and sand falls from the ceiling. Dad, when are you coming home? Are soldiers really that busy? Well, unfortunately, that... okay, so... Yeah, unfortunately that kind of just was the reality of it. It's like, yeah, if you're a kid during World War II... Like, if you're a little kid during World War II, yeah, you probably don't know when your dad's coming home, or even if he is. And that And that didn't change if you were, you know, British, German, American, Japanese, Canadian, like, regardless. It's like, you didn't really know when or even if they were coming home. Which, realistically, was, you know, is naturally a kind of harrowing thing. But, you know, we'd probably not really want to have to think about. Okay, that's just a randomly blocked off section, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I think I should probably stop talking about how, you know, how awful it would have been to be a child during World War II. Anyway, Sachiko's letter, August 10th. Today, Sachiko found something shiny in the air raid shelter. This is going to be Sachiko's treasure. Okay, so that now introduces us to the concept of Sachiko's treasure. No doubt, when we get to the depths of the air raid shelter, we'll probably find what that treasure is. And this has looped us all the way back to the entrance. Note 1. Food will be distributed at the times below. To avoid confusion, please send only one person from each family. Okay, Monday, 4. Monday will be 4, Tuesday and Wednesday 1, and Thursday 7, Friday 3, Saturday 7. I assume that's in PM, but it's not written in... Yeah, I assume it must be P7, because they wouldn't be like, yeah, we're doing the food distribution at 1 in the morning, send one person. I feel like that would be questionable, and also, you know, most people would be asleep. Anyway, but yeah, as we go through here, we'll learn more about Sachiko, her family, and just kind of generally how life was like in the air raid shelter for her. And then, as we reach the end... Oh, yes, I have searched the entire area. Cool. And then as we reach the end, we'll eventually find probably like a secret room that has a treasure in it. Or Super Boss. Or both. Knowing how Persona games usually are, it'll probably be both. Although, honestly, the Super Boss in Innocent Sin wasn't that bad. But I've also never actually fully played this air raid shelter bit. I've only ever really used it for, you know, kind of just running in and doing some grinding. So this area is largely new to me. Oh, bulletin board. Note 2. We've created a chart for the cleaning of the air raid shelter. Please divide into the decided groups and clean the area accordingly. Monday is Group 2, Tuesday is Group 6, Wednesday is Group 4, Thursday is Group 1, Friday is Group 3, and Saturday is Group 5. What about Sunday? What about Sunday, buddy? Also, controller, do you want to work with me here, please? There we go. I guess we take Sundays off, okay. Anyway, off we go into Area 4, which is another area that I don't have a map for. Yeah, I'm gonna need to find maps in all of these areas. Sachiko's letter, August 15th. Yesterday, Kuroki-san gave me a key. I used it on the door of the back room where I kept my treasure. Aren't I smart? Okay, so we should keep that in mind. The door of the back room where she keeps her treasure. So, find our way to there. However, that will almost certainly be in Area 7 or 8. And I will probably need to encounter some demons to be like, hey, to basically do a, hey, what's up with this? Sachiko's letter, August 18th. Only me and Mom know the lock's number, but Sachiko can tell it to Dad too. Am I gonna have to find like the ghost of her dad or something? Because if I do, that's gonna be good on several levels. Because if he dies, sorry, did I fail? I'm stuck. I am stuck. Okay, I'm out somehow. If anyone has any explanation for how or why I just got stuck there for a minute, please tell me, because I am kind of at a loss for that. Okay, so, off we go into Area 5. I don't think I've ever investigated this area properly. I've played through this game several times. I've never seen this area before, I don't think. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever seen this room before. So most of what I'm going to be seeing from here on out, I guess is going to be new for me. Okay, what does this bulletin board say? Notice, schedule for cleaning up the area as posted. Please check the paper posted on the eastern wall near the entrance. Okay, well we've already seen that note. But what I'm looking for in here is a map of the place. Oh, there's the map of the place. And any letters from Sachiko. Also, I'm really, really glad that the game is so far being pretty kind with these damage flaws. Sachiko's letter, August 20th. Mom was teaching me about Norse gods and astronomy. There I learned about two things, a crux and four. Mom told me that with these things and the post at the entrance, you can get the lock's number. Okay. Actually, I should probably let summon counters go through. Because I do know that there are, like, secret bosses in here. But less bosses, more kind of mini-bosses. The enemies that you have to fight in order to get their, like, kind of evolutionary items. Not evolutionary items, to get, like, their fusion items. Okay, off we go into Area 6. Let's see, what does this say? Sachiko's letter, August 25th. Mom taught me some new things. Where the sun rises, Dad should know, and the goddesses of beauty and love. And the goddess of beauty and love, Freya. If you combine these with the post at the entrance, they also makes the lock's number. Dad, myths are fun. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so these are enemies that I encountered in the undersea ruins. So, yeah, I can still just kind of wail on these guys without any real hassle. But yeah, so we're making pretty good progress through here. I imagine once we get to, like, Area 7 and 8, then it might get a little trickier. Because I'm also going to need to solve a puzzle, which sometimes isn't the best for me. Notice, a list of who will lead the... The list of who will help lead the evacuation has been made. It's posted on the western wall near the entrance. Please confirm it. Oh, I have an idea of what might have happened here. But I don't want to confirm it, because obviously I don't know for certain. Okay, so let's just do this, because Wind Slash might take out Crowley in one. It did, and then Meltdown just takes out the others. 10 out of 10, when in doubt, Meltdown. Okay, also, Katsuya is about to hit level 66, good for him. And the controller disconnected again. Okay, there's what appears to be like a scorched box or something. I imagine that box looks that I just ran past. Well, the box that just appeared on screen. I imagine that'll be the map for this area. Okay. Now we have Area 6 map. That's a lot of tiles. This is an awful lot of explosive tiles. Okay, so I need to make my way to where the other door that I haven't gone through yet is. However, I do want to check the rest of the area out as well. Mostly just because, quite simply, well, I don't want to miss stuff if I can avoid it. Okay, two of those enemies were indeed weak to physical attacks, so I was right to do that. However, I should have actually... Katsuya has maxed out his strength. Yeah, Katsuya hits very, very hard now. Yeah, I'm going to go the long way around, because maybe there is another letter from Sachiko that I've missed. So, she mentioned the numbers at the entrance. She mentioned the numbers at the entrance. Freya, along with 4 and the crux. Am I going to have to do a maths puzzle for this? I have a feeling I'm going to have a bad time with this. But hey, we'll get there. Hopefully. Without any incidents. Hopefully. I'm stepping on all these explosive tiles. Hopefully I'll stop that soon. Is this where I need to be? No, this is the base. This is the entrance again. So that tells me I've looped around this entire area. However, what I can do now is this. Because this is a completely safe area, there are no potential encounters. So basically, what you can do while you're grinding in here is, because you naturally regen SP as you walk, you can kind of just come back in here and just run around freely. Note 4. A doctor from a nearby town will be here for checkups. Time differs every day, so please be careful. Monday, 9 AM, Tuesday, 10 AM, Wednesday, noon, Thursday, 3 PM, Friday, 9 AM, and Saturday, 8 AM. I assume it's AM for the doctor's appointment. Note 3. From this week, we'll have each group of help lead people to this air raid shelter. Please follow the chart below. Monday is group 6, Tuesday is group 4, Wednesday is group 3, Thursday will be group 2, Friday will be group 5, and Saturday will be group 1. Okay, so that's area 1. So area 7 should be out. Area 7 should be up here. Okay, so I did come in here for a little bit of grinding earlier, mostly just because I needed to get cards. So the enemies in here should be the enemies from the Sumaru Castle area. Yeah, this is like late Torifune and Sumaru Castle enemies, I believe. Also, Mananan, you are probably going to want to get out of here because, bad news. I have some bad news for you. A meltdown is approaching. And meltdown does a lot of damage to things that are weak to fire. I mean, it does a lot of things. It does a lot of damage to things that aren't weak to fire. I mean, obviously, it's not going to do too much to that Phoenix, but everyone else, buddy, I have some bad news. And okay, technically, this is the first time I'm using Twinkle Nebula, but I'm gonna try to save actually using. I'm gonna try to save actually using like Justice Shot, Nova Kaiser, Wise Man Snap, and all of them with their animations. I'm gonna try to save those for the actual final fight. It's maybe a little bit pointless to do so, but I like the idea of like, okay, it's the final battle. Now is the time to, you know, bust out the ultimate moves that we have. I like that idea. I don't know why. I mean, it's more of a. Hang on. Sorry, gonna be honest. I basically woke up and then turned on my PC and started to record. So, yeah, I may be a bit sleepy today. Anyway, that's just a whole line of bomb flaws. Okay, so I should also note, it is possible that I run into Virochana in here. Virochana is a Virochana is another persona of the Sun Arcana. I believe it's the highest level Sun persona in the game. And if I run into it and then fight it and win, I will get whatchamacallit, the fusion material for it. So I'm gonna run around. I'll just run around and fight the enemies that turn up until I, you know, kind of reach the point where I need to get Virochana. Well, until I find Virochana, then I'll, you know, fight it, win, and we'll be okay. Okay, so I need to still find more letters, because I know that Sachiko's letters won't just randomly stop in Area 7. They will almost certainly go all the way to Area 8, where they'll probably have some form of tragic ending. I did not do that right, but you know what? We will be okay. So much damage. You know what? Sure, let's hit him with the Bane Splash, just for a little bit of variety. I mean, I say that, but I realistically went from casting Fire Meltdown to Water Meltdown. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Okay, that's just the fire. That's just the explosives line, I guess. Okay, so I will say, Zitsumitl. I don't know how to pronounce it. No. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So, yeah, I'm just gonna apologize in advance for me almost certainly pronouncing that wrong. But yes, Zitsumitl. I think that is a really cool design. I love the design for it. Like, it's kind of unsettling, but I love how it just has all the stars. Like, the stars just look cool. Okay, so where am I going now? Because this appears to just be like a series of straight lines. Like, at this point, I'm just running in straight lines and just kind of seeing where it takes me. So, what I need to do here is target down Ouroboros. Target Ouroboros with that, Meltdown wipes them all out. Because I believe Ouroboros actually does resist magic, and that is a mutation. Gains 2 ranks, that's Nana now maxed out. So Nana is now at her maximum potential. So she should now have Mediarahan as well. Yeah, Mediarahan, Megiduleon, Grieva, which is kind of just here, Miracudyne, Malacudyne, Magarudyne, Mamagnodine. That is insanely strong. Like, that is going to be so helpful to me. Have I gotten myself turned around here? I think I've gotten myself turned around here. I have a feeling I might have, which wouldn't be ideal for me. You know, let's go for Last Quake. Why not? Yeah, now that I have access to all of those, I can basically kind of just hit them with whatever. Because I now have all of these. Oh. Cerberus, why are you weak to wind and resistant to earth? That's a bit weird. Okay. I have definitely gotten myself all turned around here. Which, obviously, isn't great for me. In fact, it's quite bad. So what I'm going to do is, I will go until I find a door. It might be the one I came in from, it might be the one to make progress, I don't know. Either way, I'm going to make my way to there, and then I'll end off today's episode there. Okay, we got another mutation. Traffury. That's kinda useless to me, not gonna lie. Traffury, I believe, is a move that's just like, no, I'm getting out of this fight right now. But realistically, at this point, we're strong enough that we don't need to worry about any fight in the game. Like, if it's a fight that I can run away from, if it is a fight that I can run away from, it's one that I'm probably strong enough to win. Like, I can't really see... Like, I just don't see a world where I lose any fights at this point. Unless I go and try to fight Nyarlathotep right now, I don't see a world in which I lose any fights. Like, I just don't see it, Chief. Either way, I think we found another one of Sachiko's letters here. Let's see what this says. Sachiko's letter, August 30th. I learned more stuff from Mom. Where the sun sets, and Tyr. Tyr is called Mars in Roman myths. Okay. So, let's, where am I even going at this point? 'Cause I haven't even seen anything. Like, I haven't even seen a, whatchamacallit, I haven't seen a wall. Actually, hang on, wait, no, I want to cast Last Quake. I want to do Last Quake and Wind Slash, so this way I can take out Ouroboros. So I can do good damage to Ouroboros with the Wind Slash, and then the Last Quake takes out all of them. 10 out of 10, let's go. I think Last Quake actually might have a chance of just doing an insta-kill regardless. Okay, Prometheus got a stat boost, very nice. A protection to Magatama, I don't remember what that one even does. It might be... Maybe it's like Traffury? No, it's not Traffury. Anyway, Sachiko's letter, September 8th. Dad, it's so dark in here that I can't see anything. Is my writing okay? Sachiko can't tell either. Okay. So I've, wait, I think I went backwards and got that. You know what, I'm not going to question it. Anyway, we're just going to Bane Splash, that takes out all of them. I didn't think it would kill Fafnir in one, to be honest, but hey, I'm not going to complain. And, Tatsuya is also about to hit level 71. And that is a boulder. I still have no idea where I'm going. I have no idea where I'm going, and I haven't seen Virochana. All in all, this is just going badly across the board, I think. I mean, hey, if nothing else, I'm getting through these fights without any hassle. But I don't think that's really an accomplishment at this point. But hey, you know what? We're getting closer. Like, we're getting stronger, and that's definitely for the best, because I will need to be strong to fight Nyarlathotep. But if I'm level 80 by the end, that's fine by me. If I'm level 90 by the end, that's fine by me. Because I have, you know, fighting Nyarlathotep is, it's not exactly the easiest time, let's just say. Like, it might be, is it the hardest final boss in Persona? It might be. Like, I'm not gonna say 100%, but it might be. Like, Persona 1's final boss isn't that bad. Persona 3's final boss isn't that bad. The ones in 4 and 5 aren't. So, and One in Innocent Sin is way easier, so... Yeah, I think Eternal Punishment might have the hardest final boss. This is me judging all of them, having played them all on normal difficulty. But, yeah, I'm fairly confident in saying Eternal Punishment has the hardest final boss. Although at the same time, it does also have a degree of, hey, you can kind of make it a little bit easier or a little bit harder for yourself. So it could partially be that affecting my thought process on it. Anyway, let's just get rid of these guys and keep moving forward. Bing. Wow, okay, we dodged the poison breath. How we managed to dodge a move that is affecting the air? No idea. Persona magic, I guess. Okay, Prometheus got another stat boost. Very nice. Also, I'm just realizing it's now like 100,000 per level up. Okay, we found a door. A door into Area 8. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and end off today's episode here. So next time, we're going to be finishing off the air raid shelter. And I believe in here we will also find Sachiko's treasure, probably some form of boss, and the next episode might be a bit disjointed because I might have to do a whole bunch of, whatchamacallits. I might have to loop back around and get rumors and stuff, so the next episode might end up being a little bit disjointed. Okay, welcome back. Last time we made our way through most of the air raid shelter and we arrived at Area 8. Area 8, I believe, is the final section of the air raid shelter, so we should be finishing it off today. However, I also want to make a quick note. Basically, depending on how long this section takes, this might be a separate episode, might be the start of the next episode, or I might just put it at the end of the previous one. I don't know for certain. We'll see how long this takes. Because if it only takes 10 minutes, I'll put it at the end of the last episode. If it takes half an hour, it'll be its own episode. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, today we're finishing off the air raid shelter. Hopefully. Now then, let's keep making our way through here. It appears to just be a series of kind of square rooms. So I would like to believe, I'm going to say I would like to believe, that it'll be quite difficult to find myself getting lost in here. I have to say I would like to believe that, because I am someone who is unfortunately aware of his own hubris. And man, I am very good at getting lost. But, well, you've seen it happen. I will manage to find myself getting lost on a straight line. Did I just double cast that? I think I just double casted that. Oh well. Not that big of a deal. I mean, it will be if I randomly just run into the boss, but hey, we should be okay. Because, again, the boss in this area is, I assume, if it's anything like it was in Innocent Sin, it'll, well, or any of the other kind of area bosses, it'll just kind of turn up. And if it just kind of turns up, then I might be in a little bit of danger. Saji, do you fully repel Elvis because reflect wind? No, you do not. Okay, sick, that works. Oh, and we get a mutation. And I got a stat boost. Which isn't... Actually, that's fine. It's not amazing, depending on how much of a stat boost we got. Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed that we got Traffery, to be honest. Sachiko's letter, September 10th. Dad, Mom won't move. No matter how much I call, she won't wake up. What's wrong with her? So, as you can tell, the situation for Sachiko, as you can probably expect, gotten gradually worse and worse and worse. And now, by the sounds of it, her mum has died, basically. Either that, or she is extremely sick. Like, if she hasn't died, it's like, she's on our way out, basically. Which, obviously, isn't great. But let's keep moving forward. What does this say? Sachiko's letter, September 12th. Dad, come home. I hate being alone. I hate this place. Dad, come home. So, we now basically... Oh, sorry, that's the controller disconnect. Oh, cool, we found a map. Very nice. So, basically, the way this story has panned out has basically been... Her dad was obviously, like, you know, sent off to fight in World War II. So Sachiko and her mom moved into the, you know, into the air raid shelter for safety. And now, assumably, her dad has died while fighting. And her mom is now extremely sick. And if she hasn't died, she's, you know, on her way out. So, yeah, Sachiko has had pretty much just a completely horrible time. Which, you know, not exactly ideal for anyone to have to go through. Okay, so, one of those guys is going to survive. I'm going to attack Apaosha with that. And then last quick, took them all out. Fantastic. I think what I'm going to do... Oh, sick! Apollo learned Heat Kaiser. And we just got an Annihilation card. So if I fuse anything else, I can just teach that Megidolaon for free. Megidolaon for free in this economy? Let's go. Okay, let's use Tatia, use Baal to heal up just a little bit. Because while Maya, you know, Maya does have, you know, Mediarahan for cheaper. Hang on. There's an item of, and, what appears... That must be Sachiko's treasure room over there. Okay. Tensho coin. What is a Tensho coin? That it was an item. Can't use it, so... where is it? Here it is. Tensho coin. First large gold coin that was minted in Japan. Sell it and you'll gain a fortune. Okay, fair enough. So now we need to make our way towards that treasure room. Because obviously, there'll be treasure in there. I know, whoever would have figured that one out. No wait, hang on. I'm gonna go for Last Quick, because Last Quick will do a ton of damage to all of them. And then Ouroboros we should be able to take out with Wind Slash. Or at least damage it with Wind Slash. Then take it out with Last Quick. 10 out of 10, I didn't think Cow was going to be weak to Earth. Also, Katsuya is very close to being out of SP. You know what? Let's go Vitality, Agility, Dexterity. I think Maya might max out her Dexterity. Honestly, the next couple of levels, I might just put all the points into it. Okay, so here's Sachiko's room. It's a lock. Fortunately, I know the code. It is 3341. The lock came off. So, let's see what her treasure was. just as soon as we fight our way through these guys who... Look, I would love to delude myself into saying, oh, well, they're defending this poor kid's treasure. No, they're just here. The Wind Slash takes out Shub-Niggurath, hopefully. And Last Quick takes them out, 10 out of 10. Katsuya is very low on SP. I should probably heal him. But also at the same time, we aren't that far away from getting level up. Anyway, we find a Legend Bright. That's kind of nice. Okay, so I guess I can now make my way back out if I... but I also need to find the boss. But there's also another letter here, so let's read this letter before we do anything else. I do need to find the boss, but the boss will be a random encounter, I think. Sachiko's letter. You read Sachiko's letters. Thank you very much. I'll give you my treasure. Dad and Mom say it's okay too. Take care of it for me, okay? Okay, Sachiko. Don't you worry about it. We will make some legendary weapon with it and then fight Nyarlathotep using it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this fight. So I will do this fight. Hopefully win without any real hassle. I'll probably win without any real hassle. Okay, maybe that classifies as a little bit of hassle. But we take all that out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick cut, and I'll be right back when I actually, encounter the boss. Because, quite simply, this could take 2 minutes, it could take 20, I do not know. So I'll be right back, and I'll probably have done a couple of fights while I was, looking, just to get Katsuya that one level up that he needed. So I guess I'll fight this group of enemies and then make a cut. Yeah, this'll be fine. Heavy Rain should do a fair chunk of damage to Talos, and then Last Quick takes them all out. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Right, so now I'm gonna make that cut, and I'll be right back when I find the boss. Okay, so I have been running around for ages, and I finally encountered Alice, who is, like, the secret boss of this area. So, hopefully we can get through her without too much hassle. But I am gonna try to play a couple of safety nets, just in case. Because I think having a couple of safety nets is definitely for the best here. Because I don't really know what she's strong against or weak to. Okay, she has Megiddola on, though. So maybe I just stick with using Mediarahan for Maya. Is what I would be saying if I was gonna go, full defensive with it. But no, I'm gonna play offense. Play offense. Why? What's the worst that could happen? Okay, that could have been pretty bad, actually. Okay, Heavy Rain didn't do much, but that was a significant chunk. The meltdown never fails. Okay. Oh, yeah, right. That's what Omega Cluster does. Omega Cluster will just kill people, like, one by one. Okay, so Prometheus switch to Baal, I believe. Now I cast Rakam. Then I have Katsuya switch to Hyperion. And okay, I'm like 99% certain that this will not work. But I'm just gonna try it. Just because I can, to see what happens. So we Rakam and Tatsuya gets back up. We go for Justice Shot. No way does this work. It actually worked. Well, that was, unexpected. So, the way Justice Shot works is it drops a target to 1 HP. So, another dimension. Oh. Well. That just erased 3/5 of my party. Okay, let's try to revive them. I should still be able to revive them, right? Like, the game hasn't just decided, no, they're gone forever now. Okay, Okay, good. Because that animation really did just drag them down into another dimension. Okay. Alright, everyone is okay now, so we can use Tatsia's turn to revive Biofu. Oh, so we do that. Revival Bead, revive Biofu, and now we have time to just cast a fusion spell and we should be safe. Towering Inferno, using these three, sorted, actually, better idea, have Biofu switch to Beelzebub, and instead go for... what could I go for with this? I don't really have anything that would really work, do I? Well, sure, let's have these three do that. Because Alice should be on 1 HP now. So this should get rid of her. I assume. Unless Justice Shot didn't quite work the way I thought it did. But this should kill. So Stone Rise takes out Alice. 10 out of 10, we win. Do I see a mutation? Yes, I do. Nana gets a stat increase. Okay. And we get 30,000 experience. Not a, not a huge amount, but a decent chunk. And now I get to make another cut when I eventually find the other one. Also, I save stated when I found Alice, because just finding her took ages. So I wanted just to have a little safety net in case I, didn't win. But no, I managed to get a first try. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away from this fight. And I'll make another cut to when I find the other boss that's located in this area. So hopefully that won't take too long. Okay, so full disclosure, it is now the following day. I recorded most of this episode on November 12th. It is now November 13th. And I have not been able to get Dark Alice to appear once. And basically, I should have Googled it in advance, because apparently the only way to get her to appear is by leveling up to level 80 and forming a contract with regular Alice, and then Dark Alice will turn up, apparently. And even then, she's still an incredibly rare encounter. And honestly, I don't really want to grind to level 80. And then go all the way through that. I should have switched Katsuya out to something else. I don't really want to That's fine. I don't really want to have to grind all the way up to level 80, then do everything else, and then do that just for what is basically one random encounter. So basically, if I'm skipping anything in the game, it's going to be this. Am I particularly happy about it? No, not really. But also, at the same time, I don't feel like grinding that much. So, here's my approach. If, by the end of Tatsuya's additional scenario, I hit level 80, or if Tatsuya hits level 80 more accurately, I'll come back and I'll fight Dark Alice. If not, then I'm just going to have to leave that as an incomplete part of this series. Because this could take forever. I mean, and by take forever, I mean I don't want to have to do another 12 levels of grinding. Okay, so is this the way out? It is, but the boulder's there, so I need to get back to area 7. On the plus side, who knows, maybe on my way out through area 7 I'll be lucky and find Virochana and have to fight him. So I'm not entirely shortchanging everyone. I mean, on the plus side, you can just run away from stuff. Also, I should note, in the 3 or 4 hours that I was looking around, and by looking around, I mean running around with speed up to try to find Dark Alice. Quite simply, I could have done all the grinding that I needed, if I knew I had to do said grinding. But basically, I ended up deciding, you know what, it's worth doing. And yeah, basically, it just turns up at random, and even in that 3 or 4 hours with speed up, I only found regular Alice like 3 or 4 times. So yeah, she is an extremely rare encounter. And Dark Alice might be even rarer. Rarer? Is that even a word? It's one of those words that, like, it doesn't sound like it's a word, but it probably is. Or maybe it isn't, but it sounds like it is. Anyway, I'm not going to use the golden honey just on the off chance that I do find Virochana, because I would quite like to, get Virochana if I can. I'm not super invested in if I get it or not, but hey, if it turns up, it turns up, And I do need to find my way out. I also need to find the map, because apparently I never found the map for this area. While I was looking into stuff, while I was looking into, hey, why isn't Dark Alice spawning? I did see that apparently you're meant to befriend Giramakala. Like, you're meant to form a contract with Giramakala and then it can move the boulder for you. But I'm not that bothered about it. Like, I'm not super bothered about it, and hey, I can always just make my way back through if I need to. I would quite like to find the map for here, though, if I can. I'm probably not going to, but hey, if I do, that'd be... Well, that's just a boulder. I get through here, there we go. Pretty much all I need to do is find a door. I have a feeling that this is where I came from. 10 out of 10, it would be on brand for me to be getting lost basically any and everywhere, so, sometimes things never change. Just like Cassia hitting like a train, because that's just what he does. I mean, to be fair, he does have a maxed out physical attack stat. But realistically, I should just put and keep him on a persona that gives him more like vitality, agility, or dexterity on level up. Okay. Basically, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make my way out of here. I'm basically just going to make my way out of here and then just finish the episode, I think. And then in the next episode, we'll be starting Tatsia's additional scenario, which will be going for, I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes probably. And then we'll have the final episode, where if I hit level 80, I'll come back and fight Dark Alice. And if not, we'll just be going straight to fighting the Nyarlathotep. I feel kind of bad for Ouroboros there, because it just took 3 fusion spells. Like, that's a normal enemy, but I just got hit with 3 fusion spells back to back to back. Not exactly the best time to be that thing. Anyway. Also, I could have... in theory, I could have also just grinded to level 74, and then... I could have grinded to level 74 and then used the clean salt to basically just go, yeah, I'm keeping away everything that's lower level, which would have guaranteed an Alice encounter. So maybe that's also an alternative option. But for now, we're just going to make our way out of the air raid shelter. And, you know what, I'll throw the golden honey on now so I'm not getting stuck, okay, having to fight any, like, level 3 enemies. Okay, I don't think they're that weak. Most of them are probably like level 6 or 7, but still. Anyway, let's quickly just make our way out, heal, and then just end off today's episode. Because, yeah, we have an additional scenario to do, which means we are actually going to be saying goodbye to Maya, Ulala, Katsuya, and Baofu for a couple of episodes, because they will not be playable in Tatsuya's additional scenario. It'll make more sense when we get there. Also, I did do a quick save where I trained to level 70 just to check, and yeah, it turns out she was level 80. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up today's episode here for real this time. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all on Monday, I believe. I believe this is a Friday episode, I think. And yeah, I think this is a Friday episode. I'll hopefully see you all on Monday as we begin Tatsuya's additional scenario. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.